You know that moment when you're settling into your favorite armchair after a lovely dinner, maybe watching the evening news like you have for decades, and then it's time to get up? There's that split second of hesitation. Will your legs cooperate the way they used to when Reagan was in office? If you felt that little pause, that moment of wondering if your body will respond the way it once did, you're certainly not alone. I recently heard from Frank, an 88-year-old grandfather. Just 6 months ago, he needed his son's steady hand to help him rise from that same favorite chair, the leather recliner he'd bought after returning from Vietnam. Today, he bounds up like he's got springs in his step, walks 4 blocks to the corner diner every morning for coffee with the fellas, and even maintains his workshop in the garage without missing a beat. What changed everything for Frank wasn't some expensive treatment or complicated exercise routine. He simply started eating differently. Specifically, he discovered that the protein sources everyone talks about, especially eggs, weren't giving his 88-year-old body the muscle-building power it actually needed. Instead, he found 6 remarkable foods that science shows can rebuild strength even better than the breakfast eggs he'd been eating faithfully since his army days. The research behind this is absolutely fascinating. When scientists compared these 6 protein sources to eggs in people over 75, some of the results were so unexpected they had to verify them multiple times. One study showed muscle protein synthesis rates climbing to levels typically seen in people 25 years younger, and that was in just 10 weeks of making these simple dietary changes. Here's what really got my attention. These aren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They're accessible, affordable options that you can find at any regular grocery store. Some cost less than your morning coffee, yet they deliver muscle-building power that puts eggs to shame. The secret isn't eating more protein, it's choosing the right kinds, the ones that contain unique compounds your aging muscles can actually use effectively. Today, I'm excited to share these 6 remarkable protein sources with you, starting with one that costs about 50 cents per serving but delivers nutrition that would make a steak jealous. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, are you watching from your kitchen table, your living room, or maybe that favorite chair I mentioned? Drop a comment and let me know where you're joining us from today. Think of your muscles like a well-established neighborhood that's been around since the 1950s. Over the decades, some houses need repairs, others need complete rebuilding, and the whole area needs constant maintenance to stay vibrant and strong. Your body is constantly running this neighborhood improvement project, tearing down old, worn-out muscle fibers and building fresh, strong ones in their place. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and where eggs start to fall short. When you were younger, your body was like an enthusiastic construction crew that could work with almost any materials. Toss them some basic building blocks, and they'd get the job done beautifully. But after 70, that same crew has become more particular, more discerning. They need premium materials delivered at just the right time, or the renovation project slows to a crawl. This is what scientists call anabolic resistance. It sounds complicated, but it's really just your muscles becoming pickier about their protein. It's like having a master craftsman who refuses to work with inferior lumber. Your muscles can still build and repair themselves beautifully, but they need the right type of protein, delivered in the right way, at the right time. Eggs, bless them, are like sending standard construction materials to that picky crew. They're decent, they'll do the job eventually, but they're not optimal for the sophisticated renovation work your mature muscles require. The 6 proteins we're about to explore, they're like delivering premium, specialized materials that make that experienced crew say, "Now we're talking. Let's build something amazing." Some of these proteins work fast, flooding your system with exactly what muscles need for immediate repair. Think of it as emergency renovation supplies. Others work slowly and steadily, like a reliable night shift that keeps working while you sleep, ensuring your muscle neighborhood stays strong and well-maintained around the clock. The really beautiful part is that several of these proteins bring along extra benefits that eggs simply can't match. anti-inflammatory compounds that calm the construction site, minerals that keep the electrical systems running smoothly, healthy fats that keep everything flexible and resilient. It's like getting a full neighborhood improvement package instead of just basic materials. And the best part, every single one of these protein sources has been tested specifically in people over 70, with results that honestly surprised even the researchers. Here's something that might sound familiar. Remember when you could eat anything you wanted and bounce back from physical activities like you had springs in your step? Those were the days when your metabolism hummed along like a well-tuned engine from a 1960s Buick, steady and reliable. But somewhere around your 60s or 70s, things started shifting, didn't they? It's not your imagination, and it's certainly not a character flaw. After 70, your body goes through some very real changes that make standard nutrition advice, including the old "just eat more eggs" recommendation, less effective than it used to be. Your stomach produces less acid, which means breaking down proteins becomes more challenging. Your muscles become more selective about which amino acids they'll actually use. And perhaps most importantly, your body's internal scheduling changes. When you were younger, your muscles could take their sweet time processing protein from any source. But now, they need specific types of amino acids delivered at optimal times, or the muscle-building process simply doesn't kick into gear the way it should. It's like the difference between a patient gardener who had all day to tend their flowers and a busy gardener who needs everything perfectly organized to make the most of limited daylight. This is why Frank, whom I mentioned earlier, saw such dramatic results. He wasn't eating more food, he was eating smarter. His body finally got the right signals at the right times, and those 88-year-old muscles responded like they remembered what it felt like to be strong. The wonderful news is that these changes don't mean you're doomed to growing weaker. They just mean you need to be a little more strategic, a little more informed about which foods will actually serve your body's current needs, rather than its past capabilities. And that's exactly what we're about to explore together. If you're finding this helpful so far, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit that subscribe button. It helps me reach more folks who could benefit from this information. And please, share a quick comment about which aspect of muscle health concerns you most. Your insights help me create content that truly serves our wonderful community here. Let me walk you through these 6 remarkable protein sources, counting down from number 6 to the most impressive one of all. Protein number 6, whey protein. If there's one protein that can help someone in their 90s build muscle faster than a 60-year-old eating eggs, it's whey. Scientists at McMaster University compared whey to eggs in people over 75, and the whey group built twice as much muscle. Not because they ate more, but because of how whey works in the body. Here's the key difference. When you're young, muscles keep using protein for hours after eating. Past 70, that window shrinks dramatically. Whey delivers amino acids to your bloodstream in about an hour, hitting that narrow window perfectly. Eggs take 3 to 4 hours to break down, and by then your muscles have missed their opportunity. The star performer is leucine. Whey provides up to 2.5 grams per serving, compared to eggs' 1.3 grams. After 70, you need close to 3 grams at once to flip that muscle-building switch. That means you'd need 5 eggs to do the job of 1.5 scoops of whey. A close friend of mine started blending whey with frozen berries and a dash of cinnamon every morning. The berries protect the protein during digestion, cinnamon improves insulin sensitivity by up to 20%, and he loved the creamy milkshake-like texture that reminded him of the ice cream sodas from his childhood. Protein number 5, cottage cheese. While some proteins work fast, cottage cheese takes a different approach. It works slowly and steadily all night long. Rich in casein protein, it forms a gel in your stomach that releases amino acids for 6 to 8 hours, essentially providing overnight muscle insurance. As we sleep, the body naturally breaks down some muscle for energy. In older adults, this happens even faster, which is why many people wake up feeling weaker over time. Dutch researchers found that seniors who ate cottage cheese before bed continued building new muscle protein throughout the night, 1 cup provides 90% of your selenium needs, a mineral that more than half of older adults lack, leading to fatigue and muscle weakness. It's also rich in calcium for strong bones, vitamin B12 for proper protein utilization, and phosphorus for cellular energy. The beauty is in its simplicity. No cooking required, easy to digest, and its natural sodium content helps with hydration. Many people create bedtime treats by mixing cottage cheese with a drizzle of honey and chopped walnuts, or blending it with vanilla and freezing for a protein-rich ice cream that actually helps build muscle while you sleep. Protein number 4. Hemp seeds. Don't let the name worry you. These little seeds are perfectly legal and absolutely remarkable for muscle health. 3 tablespoons, costing less than your morning newspaper used to, provide 10 grams of complete protein that your body recognizes and absorbs almost effortlessly. Hemp seeds contain a protein called adestin that's nearly identical to proteins in your own blood plasma. It's like your muscles hearing a familiar voice from an old friend. Immediate recognition, immediate welcome. Compare that to some proteins that your body has to work hard to break down and reshape. But here's what really sets hemp seeds apart. Their omega-3 to omega-6 ratio is perfectly balanced for reducing inflammation. While your muscles are busy rebuilding, hemp seeds are quietly calming any inflammatory processes that could interfere with that crucial repair work. The magnesium content alone is worth celebrating. 3 tablespoons provide nearly half your daily needs, yet more than 80% of older adults don't get enough. Magnesium prevents cramps, supports deep sleep when most muscle repair happens, and even helps activate vitamin D. Their mild, nutty flavor reminds me of the sunflower seeds we used to crack at baseball games. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, yogurt, or just eat them by the handful while reading the morning paper. Protein number 3. Lentils. For those of us who remember when $1 could buy a week's worth of groceries, lentils represent the kind of incredible value our grandparents would have appreciated. At about 50 cents per cooked cup, they deliver 18 grams of protein, but that's just the beginning of their magic. What makes lentils extraordinary is everything that comes bundled with that protein. 16 grams of fiber that feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, creating compounds that actually help your muscles use protein more effectively. It's like having a personal assistant that makes sure every bit of nutrition gets delivered exactly where it needs to go. The folate in lentils covers 90% of your daily needs, and here's why that matters tremendously. Nearly 1 in 3 older adults are deficient in folate, and this shortage literally slows down protein creation at the cellular level. Get your folate levels right, and studies show strength improvements in as little as 2 weeks. Red lentils cook to silky smoothness in just 10 minutes, perfect if chewing has become challenging. Green lentils hold their shape beautifully in salads. And black beluga lentils, my personal favorites, pack the highest antioxidant punch and taste remarkably like caviar when cooked with a bay leaf and a splash of good olive oil. Protein number 2. Wild salmon. Wild salmon is like receiving a complete health package wrapped in delicious, flaky perfection. 22 grams of premium protein per serving. But the real magic happens with its omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, that actually weave themselves into your muscle cell membranes, keeping them flexible and responsive. A University of Washington study found that older adults consuming salmon's omega-3 equivalent 3 times weekly gained 6% more muscle mass, without changing anything else about their diet or exercise routine. The omega-3s made their muscles more sensitive to all proteins, meaning their bodies used protein far more efficiently. That beautiful pink color comes from astaxanthin, an antioxidant that's 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C. It protects the tiny power plants inside your cells, the mitochondria, helping sustain energy and reduce fatigue. Studies show astaxanthin can increase muscular endurance by nearly 40% in seniors. Wild Alaskan salmon is worth seeking out. It contains natural astaxanthin rather than synthetic coloring, higher omega-3 levels, and about 1,000 IU of vitamin D per serving, crucial for muscle strength, and something that's nearly absent from eggs. Gentle steaming or baking preserves those delicate omega-3s, And a squeeze of fresh lemon not only brightens the flavor but prevents oxidation and boosts iron absorption. Protein number 1. Seitan. The final protein might surprise you. Seitan, sometimes called wheat meat, provides a remarkable 39 grams of protein per 100 gram serving, rivaling the richest cuts of beef made from vital wheat gluten. It delivers all that protein without the heavy saturated fats or inflammatory effects that red meat can leave behind. What makes seitan especially valuable for older adults is how easily digestible it is. The processing removes most starch and fiber, leaving concentrated protein that absorbs quickly to major advantage when digestion naturally slows with age. A 2022 study in clinical nutrition showed that seniors eating plant proteins like seitan preserve 21% more lean muscle than those on traditional mixed diets. Its dense, satisfying texture makes it more filling than tofu, and it's incredibly versatile. Slice it for stir-fries, marinate and grill it, or season and roast it for a hearty, flavorful addition to any meal. Now, as much as I'm excited about these protein powerhouses, I want to make sure you approach them with the wisdom that comes from decades of life experience. Just like you wouldn't rush into redecorating your entire house in one weekend. Introducing new proteins should be done thoughtfully and gradually. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, have a gentle conversation with your doctor before dramatically increasing omega-3 rich foods like salmon or hemp seeds. These healthy fats can enhance your medication's effects, which might require a simple dosage adjustment. It's not a roadblock, just a speed bump that requires a brief check-in with your healthcare team. For those managing diabetes, cottage cheese and whey protein can actually be your allies, helping stabilize blood sugar better than many carbohydrate-rich foods. However, start with smaller portions to see how your body responds and monitor your levels as you normally would. Hemp seeds are wonderfully gentle, but begin with just 1 tablespoon daily and gradually increase. Some people find that jumping straight to 3 tablespoons can cause mild digestive upset. Not dangerous, just uncomfortable, like eating too much of any rich food too quickly. Seitan contains gluten, so it's obviously not suitable if you have celiac disease or severe gluten sensitivity. However, many people who experience mild gluten sensitivity with bread and pasta find they tolerate seitan well because the processing changes the protein structure significantly. Lentils, bless their hearts, can cause gas if you're not used to high-fiber foods. Soaking them overnight and adding a bay leaf or piece of kombu seaweed while cooking can help tremendously. Start with half-cup servings and let your digestive system adjust gradually. One beautiful aspect of this approach is that you don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. The key is listening to your body with the same attentiveness you'd give to a dear friend. Notice how you feel, how your energy changes, how your strength responds. Your body will tell you what's working. You just need to pay attention to its gentle whispers of improvement. Frank started by simply adding 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds to his morning coffee routine. After 2 weeks, he introduced cottage cheese as an evening snack while watching the late news. Month by month, he gradually incorporated the others. Let me give you a practical week-by-week plan that takes the guesswork out of incorporating these muscle-building proteins into your daily routine. Think of this as your gentle roadmap to stronger muscles, designed with the patience and wisdom that comes from understanding real life doesn't always cooperate with perfect plans. Week 1 and 2 will be your gentle start. Begin with hemp seeds, just 1 tablespoon sprinkled on your regular breakfast. Whether that's oatmeal, yogurt, or even buttered toast, these little seeds blend seamlessly into whatever you're already enjoying. Notice how your energy feels, how your morning routine settles. This is your body's introduction period. Week 3 and 4. Focus on evening comfort. Add cottage cheese as a light evening snack, about half a cup an hour before your usual bedtime. Mix in a teaspoon of honey or a few chopped berries if you prefer it sweeter. This begins your overnight muscle-building program while you sleep peacefully. Week 5 and 6 bring hearty additions. Introduce lentils twice a week. starting with red lentils, since they're the gentlest on digestion. Try them in soups or cooked until soft and mixed into pasta sauce. They'll add satisfying protein without dramatically changing familiar flavors. Week 7 and 8 become your salmon celebration. Plan for wild salmon twice a week. This might become your new favorite dinner. Bake it gently with lemon and herbs, or try canned wild salmon mixed into a salad with avocado and olive oil. Your muscles and your heart will thank you. Week 9 and 10 are power boost time. Introduce whey protein on your most active days. Blend it into smoothies with frozen fruit, or simply mix it into milk or even coffee if you prefer. This is your quick-acting muscle support for days when you're doing more physical activity. Week 11 and 12 complete the picture. Try seitan once a week, perhaps as a Saturday dinner experiment. Slice it thin, season it well, and sauté it with vegetables you already love. By now, your body has adapted beautifully to this enhanced protein routine. Keep a simple grocery list on your refrigerator. Stock up on shelf-stable items like lentils, hemp seeds, and whey protein during your regular shopping trips. Buy wild salmon when it's on sale and freeze individual portions. This prevents decision fatigue and ensures you always have muscle-building options available. Remember, this timeline is a gentle suggestion, not a rigid prescription. If you need an extra week or two at any stage, that's perfectly fine. Your body's wisdom trumps any schedule. As we wrap up this journey together, I want you to know that choosing to strengthen your muscles after 70 isn't just about physical health. It's about claiming your independence, maintaining your dignity, and showing the world that age is just a number, not a limitation. Every time you sprinkle hemp seeds on your morning meal, every evening you enjoy that cottage cheese, every bite of wild salmon, you're making a choice. You're choosing vitality over resignation, strength over surrender, and hope over limitation. The beautiful truth is that your muscles don't care how many candles were on your last birthday cake. They respond to good nutrition and gentle challenges at any age. The protein sources we've discussed today aren't just foods, they're tools for reclaiming the physical confidence you thought might be gone forever. I'd love to hear about your experiences as you begin incorporating these proteins into your routine. Which one are you most excited to try first? Have you already been eating some of these without realizing their muscle-building power? Your stories and questions help build this wonderful community of people who refuse to let age define their limitations. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Every story you tell might be exactly what another person needs to hear to take their first step towards stronger muscles and greater independence. And if this information has been helpful, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe to our channel. Together, we're creating a community where growing older means growing stronger, wiser, and more vibrant. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and here's to your strongest, most confident days still being ahead of you.